Good afternoon, my friends. Brian with VetteSource here, back where we've actually got a little more time to work on our 40th anniversary abandoned project. We're going to get back into this now. Our last video, we actually got this bad boy running and confirmed a few videos earlier that yes, indeed, is no matter how bad it looks, this car still only has 23,000 miles on it. So today, at the end of last video, we had it running and then it started cutting out on us, and I realized as soon as the video ended we had bad gas in this car. So what we're going to do today is take care of some of this bad gas. I apologize for my voice. If you've never been with me before, I'm still recovering from some surgery, so that'll get better in the long run. The good news is you don't have to listen to me talk that much. Anyway, so what happens with these C4s a lot of times is the gas door and the gasoline unit is in a very convenient position. However, because it's in that top position, it's in a location where it's very easily susceptible to getting water inside of it. Now this car just sat for so long and wasn't properly stored. Obviously, you can see by the paintwork and all the gas fumes all over the place, the water got in here. So you can see how that water has kind of a hazy look to it. But in the Corvettes, for some reason, the fuel system, it will actually gel up and come out like a gel kind of water out of the fuel rail. And I can't believe I didn't think about it before. When we first did this, we changed the fuel pump. We realized the fuel pump hose was the wrong one, so we changed that and got it running. But because it sat improperly, the water got in here. So we're going to drain this tank real quick using our speed little equipment that we got from online. So let me get this set up real quick and I'll show you guys the easy way to get this fuel out of here, because you don't have to take the tank out and everything to do this. So we're just going to take our hose here. Let me see, let me just set this up right here so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, hopefully we're in frame here. So we're going to go ahead and take this. That might be a little bit too low. Let's see. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm not sure if I'm in frame or not, so I'll do this one-handed. Alright, so we're going to take this piece here. This is actually a pretty slick setup. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put this here. Alright, run that down a little bit further. Come on. Yeah. I'm going to turn this around, guys. I know I'm moving the camera around a lot. Alright, so we got our hose. Yeah, it doesn't stay as secure as I like, but that's a trick. Alright, so I take our hose here. It's got a weighted end on it. I'm going to drop that right in there. Okay, then we're going to take our flip. Haha, same one I'm wearing on my arm right now. Okay. We're going to redo this again since it did not want to cooperate. Okay. See if I can get this right. Alright, there we go. Okay. Oh yeah. first off, Brian. Alright, what we're going to do is hook up our hook that up first, and then we're going to start pumping. Alright, and we're going to go and block that off now that we have this established. Alright, here we go. I'll show you here in a second. This is nothing but like a milky white substance coming out of here. There's really not much fuel in this at all. And you can see there it's just pulling straight out of that tank. Now that we've got it done. This is a really handy tool. I was actually pretty glad to find this. So you can see once you get the process started, it just goes on its own. So let me get this finished up here and I'll be right back with you guys once I get this drained out, okay? Okay, my friends, we're back where now we have the fuel tank emptied for the most part. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and complete emptying this out and then getting all the gunk out of here, because at the bottom of this, like I showed you the other day, there's still quite a bit of nastiness inside of here. Now there's a couple of schools of thought on this, how to get that out of there. What I like to do actually is take a roll of my blue paper towels, and then we're just going to set those down in there. As far to each corner as we can. Let me get this out of the way. And then we'll pick up all that rust and other sediment that is formed at the bottom. Get that out of the way, and then you can either use soapy water and a nylon brush mix. I like to use some of the brake parts cleaners because they evaporate. Stuff will come out of there. And the goal here is to go ahead and get the bottom of the tank looking as clean as possible, because we don't want this sediment that I'm scraping up right now to get back into your fuel system again. Now all this can be done without removing the tank. As you can see here, it's just kind of tedious. So you see, by doing a basic wipe, all the crap is coming out of that. Okay? And then whatever won't come up by hand, we will just get out with our nylon brush and our heavy duty degreaser. Well, that was nasty. Now, if you do end up having to remove your fuel tank because of a hole or pinhole or rust is eating through it, I'll link above. There's a video I made about removing the fuel system from the C4 completely, that you can reference. See, it's still nasty in there. So you guys can see exactly how it's done. So we're gonna lay these down. Ouch, I keep forgetting my arm stuck in there. Twist your arm, Brian. There we go. I'm gonna let that soak up for a few minutes. And then I will do the fine detail work to make sure it's all clean. Alright, so let me get that process started here, and I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, so now we've got that tank cleaned out. I spared you most of that process because it was just a pain in the butt. But looking in here, you can kind of see we do have some pitting left in the bottom of that tank, but we'll just watch it, make sure it doesn't eat through the next layer. That was simply just because the water was in there for so long. So the next step we've got to do is get these lines cleaned out, which means we're going to have to disconnect them up here at our fuel rail. So right tucked underneath here, right here is our fuel filter, which is missing the shield. What we'll do, it's probably for the last guys that were working on it, we'll go ahead and take these lines loose here, and then we're going to use the air compressor to blow out these lines and get the rest of the trash out of these. So let me get set up real quick. We'll put a new fuel filter on it, and we'll blow out those lines, and then we'll have a clean fuel system. So I'll be right back. Okay, we are back now. We've got our tank cleaned out. We've got our hoses ready to go. And let me show you over here. We've also got our little air compressor that we're going to use to blow these out. What I'm going to do over here, I'll show you this first. Simply all I'm doing is I'm going to clear these lines out here. So we're just going to put that tip in there and blow those out. Make sure we get all that nasty bad gas out of there. And then I will pop a new fuel filter on it, and we'll be ready to go. So you can see underneath here where we took these loose here. There's our fuel filter right there. There's our return line, and here's our other two lines right here. So what I'll do here is I'll leave these right here and let you guys watch from here, and we'll see how much crud comes out of there. Let me back this up a little bit so we don't spray anything all over the GoPro. Let me go air compress this real quick. So that should have blown out anything left in there. Oh yeah, okay. Definitely, you can see how that's like a milky white. It doesn't even look like fuel anymore. So that's what we were dealing with there, was for some odd reason the fuel system in these cars turns this into a milky, opaque substance when it mixes together. It may do that in other cars, but I know for sure it's on the Corvettes. So that's gonna wrap it up today, guys. It got kind of hot on me, and I am not used to all the heat yet. I gotta get back into this again. So I want to appreciate or thank you for watching. I do appreciate it as always. We will get back into making regular videos sooner rather than later, I guarantee you. And I'll catch up with you guys next time. Talk to you then.